Yo, what is up guys? AD here, back with another Destiny Child video here on the channel. And before we get started everyone, make sure to scroll down below and to leave a like on this video, and of course make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't yet done so already. So let's get started here. In today's video everyone, we are going to be overviewing on whether or not you should summon for the newest 5-star light type supporter in Returning Wodan. Now to get it out of the way, if you guys aren't interested in the details, of course I would recommend to summon for this new light type supporter, as she is very good for the dark type raids, and she does have some use in the dark type world boss trials as well. But to get started here with the deep dive on her skills, let's check it out here on screen. So we do have her rank 1 skills, and then we'll dive into the changes upon igniting this unit of course as well. So we do have here the tap skill, Demonic Alchemy Abstract here. Deal 401 damage in raids, 60% chance to end cooldown for 2 allies on cooldown. As for the slide skill here, deal 749 damage to 2 random enemies, grant skill gauge charge speed plus 45%, and skill cooldown minus 2 seconds for 3 light type allies, highest attack for 2 turns. In raids, slide skill final blow plus 75% added for 3 light type allies, highest attack. As for the drive skill here, deal 1924 damage to 3 random enemies, 90% chance to end cooldown for 3 allies on cooldown. In raids, 90% chance to grant skill gauge full charge to 3 allies charging skills excluding self. And for the leader buff here, grant skill gauge charge speed plus 20% to light type allies. In raids, skill cooldown minus 1 seconds for light type allies. So there are the base rank skills for the new Wodan. So let's break them down here. As for the tap skill here, I would say this is her best skill overall, as it is very flexible for any type of Ragna Break raid, as she does have a chance here to end cooldown for 2 allies that are on cooldown. So this is very helpful when you are running a ton of slider units, and she does have a decent chance here at rank 1 stats, a 60% to end the cooldown for 2 allies. And as I mentioned already, this isn't tied to light type allies only. This can be used with any attributes of team, so this is a very flexible skill here for any Ragna Break events, and therefore I would expect to see her in all Ragna Breaks from now on, as this is a very strong tap skill here. As for the slide skill here, she does have grant skill gauge charge speed plus 45% and skill cooldown minus 2 seconds for 3 light type allies, of course prioritizing the highest attack. So this is very good, as you do want to have a supporter that does grant gauge charge speed here on the slide, as well as she does reduce the skill cooldown here by 2 seconds for 3 light type allies here on the slide. And last but not least here, it is turn based, so very good here for the slide skill here, as it does last for 2 turns and will come in handy for the world boss trial. As for the raids portion here of the slide skill, she does grant slide skill final blow plus 75% for 3 light type allies, and prioritizing the highest attack here as well. So it is very important to run a slide skill based unit here with the newest Wodan. Of course, Titania would be the best light type attacker for the dark type raids, so if you are running her anyways, then you'll be just fine, as she is a slide based unit. And for the other options here, we do have other units such as Lassie, Gunslinger Hilder, etc. So very amazing slide based units to run alongside this Wodan. And for the drive skill here, she does deal damage to 3 random enemies, but here most importantly, she does have a 90% chance to end cooldown for 3 allies on cooldown here for the drive skill, and in raids a 90% chance to grant skill gauge full charge to 3 allies. So very amazing here for the drive skill. It's very similar to the tap skill, as it does have a 90% chance to end the cooldown for 3 allies, whereas on the tap skill she does have a 60% chance, but of course this is a drive, so it will be way higher here. And last but not least here, for the leader buff, she does grant skill gauge charge speed plus 20% to light type allies, and in raids, skill cooldown minus 1 seconds for the light type allies. So a very good leader buff here. You do want speed added to your roster a ton to get through the raid, and of course to speed up those skills. So a very amazing kit here, I would say, for the newest Wodan. She does seem to have some use in the dark type world boss trials here, based on the slide skill alone, and I wouldn't be surprised if we ran her drive skill as well, as she does have a 90% chance to end cooldown, so a very good one here as well. As for the tap skill here, it's very flexible across all types of Ragna Break raids, so you could expect to see her out of her elements against different types of bosses. So if you're a raid type of person, then definitely summon for this Wodan, but in general I would still recommend summoning for her, as this is the best time to obtain her from her guaranteed upon summoning banner, and you'll definitely want her for these dark type Ragna Break raids, as well as just in case we do use her outside of her elements against the other types of trials besides dark. So now everyone, let's check out the ignited skill set here for Wodan and see the differences here in her skill set. As for the current tap skill, she does end the cooldown for 2 allies on a 63.4% chance, and upon being ignited here, she does have here at max skills a 90% chance to end cooldown for 3 allies upon being ignited. So a very amazing tap skill here for Wodan. Overall, a very strong skill here. It does scale to 3 allies, so this is very nice here. And in raids, a 90% chance to end it for your allies, so a very high chance of ending the cooldown there for the tap skill upon igniting her. But even without the uncaps, if you just plan to ignite her at the base uncap, she does still scale to the 3 allies here on her ignited skill set. As for the differences here in her slide skill, she does scale to the plus 85.4%, and of course this is based on uncaps as well. As for the 3 light type allies and 4 turns, it doesn't tend to scale, unfortunately. It would have been very nice if it did scale to 3 turns, but she does have here a 130.1% slide skill final blow added here upon being fully uncapped and ignited, so not too much of a difference here in the slide skill. Overall, the drastic change would be in the tap skill, but let's check out the drive skill here. As on her base skill set, she does have a 90% chance to end cooldown for 3 allies and a 90% chance to grant skill gauge full charge, and upon being ignited, she does have a 95% chance to end cooldown here for 3 allies, and still the 90% chance to grant skill gauge full charge. So she does scale here a tiny bit here by 5% on the drive skill upon being ignited. So overall, I would say her ignition is pretty good based on the tap skill alone. So if you do plan to ignite her, right now would be the best chance to do so, as you do get some sort of a discount for igniting the units during their release. So I would definitely rank her tap skill being ignited the best skill of hers, followed by the slide skill, and of course the drive skill here as well. It would have been very nice to see some more changes here in the slide skill, but overall she's a very strong unit, so I'm guessing they didn't want to tune her up too much, as based on the tap skill here alone, she's very amazing for raids. So a nice plus here if you are interested in the Ragna Break raids here, as the tap skill here upon being ignited will be a wonder. So in conclusion everyone, I would definitely recommend you all to summon for the newest Wodan. As for rankings, I would personally rank her for the Ragna Break at a 10 out of 10. As for the World Boss Trial, I would put her somewhat between an 8 and maybe a 9 at the highest, but we'll have to see on how she does perform in World Boss Trials against the Dark type bosses. But most importantly, for the Ragna Break events, she is definitely a must summon, as based on her tap skill alone, she will be very strong upon ending those cooldowns for your allies. And if you do manage to ignite this unit, it does scale to 3 allies and at max uncaps a 90% chance to end the cooldown. So I would definitely recommend to summon for her and consider igniting this unit as well if you are interested in the Ragna Break side of the game. But anyways, everyone, that'll pretty much do it for today's Destiny Child video. And of course, our overview here on the newest 5-star Returning Wodan. Make sure to let me know in the comment section below if this guide was helpful to you all, and hopefully it did help you out if you were wondering on whether or not you should summon for this newest light type supporter. But before you go, everyone, make sure to leave a like on this video if you guys did enjoy today's Destiny Child video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't yet done so already, as well as make sure to check out the links in the description box below to my Twitch channel, in which I do live stream Destiny Child on there, as well as other games, and of course to my other social medias such as my Discord server, as well as my Twitter account. But with all of that being said, I'll see you all in the next Destiny Child video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.